previous segment we have discussed about the important hormone, that is insulin. In this part we will discuss about the other hormones of pancreas, islets of Langerhans. So the next second hormone is glucagon. Glucagon hormone is secreted by alpha cells of pancreas, islets of Langerhans. Like insulin, glucagon is also a peptide hormone. That means this hormone is made up of amino acid, that is protein. This hormone, the chemical nature of this hormone is peptide or proteinish. Glucagon is also called as hyperglycemic hormone. If you remember, for insulin we have wrote the word hypoglycemic. Here we are writing hyperglycemic. Hyperglycemic hormone or diabetogenic hormone, right? Diabetogenic hormone. And in insulin we have written anti-diabetic hormone. Here we are writing hyperglycemic hormone or diabetogenic hormone. Now let us understand why we are calling it as hyperglycemic hormone. Hyper is more, glycemic is related to glucose, right? So if you remember that reaction, we have written glucose to glycogen conversion. This reaction takes place in the presence of insulin hormone. We can go reverse also. That means glycogen can be converted into glucose when it is required by the cells under fasting conditions, and this takes place in the presence of hormone glucagon. Since glycogen is converted to glucose, automatically blood glucose level will increase. If the blood glucose level will increase, that is why we are calling it as hyperglycemic hormone, right? Target tissues are liver and adipose sites or adipose tissues. So target tissues are liver and adipocytes. You can also read like hepatocytes or adipocytes. Now functions. First function is only this one. It is allowing the breakdown of glycogen, which is a polymer, a storage form of glucose. This is a polymer, this is the monomer. Polymer glycogen is broken down into monomer glucose. That means lysis will take place, and that lysis is called as glycolysis. Glycogenolysis, not glycolysis, it is glycogenolysis, right? So it promotes glycogenolysis. Now what is the meaning of glycogenolysis? Glycogeno, that is for glycogen. Lysis is splitting of glycogen into glucose. That is what we call it as glycogenolysis. This is the first function of glucagon. Increase gluconeogenesis. If you remember, in insulin we have written decrease gluconeogenesis. And what is gluconeogenesis? Formation of glucose from a non-carbohydrate source, that is either amino acids or lactic acids. It increases or promotes gluconeogenesis. Genesis means formation. Formation of what? Glucose. Glucose level will increase in the blood under the influence of which hormone? Glycogen, right? Now we will discuss one more effect, that is additional of glucagon, addition of insulin as well as glucagon if it is present, right? So these are the two major effects or the functions of glycogen. Now let us say this reaction we are analyzing again. Glucose in presence of insulin is converted into glycogen. If there is more and more insulin, what is going to happen? Glucose will be converted into glycogen, right? More glucose will be converted. I am not writing the reaction because it is written here only. So let us consider more insulin, that is called as hyperinsulin. Hyper condition, right? Insulin is present in the excess quantity. Now from where this insulin is coming in the excess quantity? See, there is one condition, a diabetic patient, considering that he or she takes the insulin injection in the form of insulin therapy and they forgot to eat anything, right? So what is is going to happen? Insulin is administered anyhow in their blood. Now you cannot take out insulin from the blood once it is administered, right? You can detect using various techniques, but you cannot take out the insulin. So if the individual fails or forgot to eat, what is going to happen? Insulin will do its job. If patient is failing to eat, that is not the work or lookout of insulin. If more and more amount of insulin is present and the patient feels without eating, or patient is not eating anything, then what is going to happen? Insulin is going to do its job. And what is the job of insulin? To decrease the blood glucose level, right? It will decrease the blood glucose level. Now, this condition will be a threat, life-threatening condition also. Why? Because our vital organs like brain cannot survive without this glucose, right? As well as oxygen. So, if you want to know the exact range, 40 mg per deciliter. In any circumstances, our blood glucose level should not fall below 40 mg per deciliter. If it is falling below 40 mg per deciliter, brain death will take place. That means brain death will occur and individual may enter into coma. So this condition is called as insulin shock condition, where insulin is given but the patient is not eating anything, or he or she forgot to eat, right? Insulin shock, and that leads to coma, right? Insulin shock will leads to coma, and that is brain death, and it can also lead to death of the patient. Death of an individual take place. Okay, so this is one of the most important thing that you need to remember for insulin. That is, what is the condition when insulin is secreted in its more amount? See, more is also harmful, less is also harmful. If insulin is very less, then what is going to happen? It will not be allowed to convert glucose to glycogen. Diabetes will take place. If insulin is very more, then it will not allow, or the blood glucose level will fall down drastically, right? And that we should not, or that we do not want. Okay. So decrease more insulin, less insulin will lead to diabetes, that we already know. So there is no need to write. Now third hormone is somatostatin. This hormone, alpha cells, we have discussed, is secreted by alpha cells, glycogen, glucagon, right? And insulin was secreted by the beta cells. So we have discussed the cells. Alpha cell secretes glucagon, beta cell secretes insulin. Now the third hormone that is secreted by the delta cells. I already told you there are three types of cells that are secreting hormones. Other two cells are not secreting hormones. Alpha cell secretes glucagon, beta cell secretes insulin, right? Alpha, glucagon, beta, insulin, and somatostatin is secreted by the delta cells. It is again a peptide hormone, or you can say it is a polypeptide, that is, it is made up of amino acids. This somatostatin is secreted by the delta cells of the pancreas islets of Langerhans, and somatostatin is basically an inhibitory hormone, right? It is inhibitory hormone. That means it is inhibiting the secretion of the two hormones, insulin and glucagon. So it is inhibitory hormone, so it is inhibiting the secretion of insulin and glucagon. Now fourth hormone, it is a type of cell, not a hormone. If you remember, we have written 5 cells: alpha cells, this glucagon, beta cells, insulin, delta cells, somatostatin. Right? Now there are F cells. F cell, I already told you that it is a pancreatic polypeptide. Right? It is pancreatic polypeptide which inhibit the release of pancreatic juice. So it is also inhibitory. So this is pancreatic polypeptide, a kind of protein, right? And this inhibit the release of pancreatic juice. So alpha cells we have given glucagon, beta cells insulin, delta cells somatostatin. You remember gamma cells? The main job of gamma cell, they are acting as a precursors for insulin as well as glucagon, right? So they are acting as a precursors for alpha and beta cells, and these cells when they are produced, they will secrete its own hormone. Alpha cell will secrete glucagon, beta cell will secrete insulin, delta cell will secrete somatostatin, F cells, they are inhibitory cells. All these cells are basically the secretions. They are polypeptide in nature only, that is proteinous nature. So this was all about the role of pancreas as an important endocrine as well as exocrine